I wanted to do a video on um, dating potential, trying to make a relationship trying to build a lasting relationship on potential. Because it's impossible, and if you're watching this, you probably were like, okay, I think I know where he's going with this. And there's like a beautiful quality in having faith in people and seeing people's potential. That's an awesome thing. That's human. That's what makes us human. That's what makes us good. That's what creates compassion and helps people grow. And it's difficult because sometimes we see potential in somebody and we date that, and we're not dating who they are in the moment. And that's really difficult for everybody involved, because you see what could be and they feel like a failure for not being, because I'm sure they feel it too. And whatever it is, there's different, whether it's somebody who's really smart and they're an underachiever, or it's somebody who has a gambling problem, or it's somebody who has a drug or drinking problem, or it's somebody who has a temper problem, or it's somebody who had something bad happen in their past and they just can't move past it. We're all untapped potential in so many ways. And what do you do when you find somebody that's amazing, but they're hung up on that thing? They're hung up on that ex. They're hung up on this promotion they didn't get, or they're lost in some sort of bitterness. And you have an amazing time with them and you get along really well, but then there's always that thing. And it keeps us in relationships. It keeps us like, it's almost like a prize that we're working towards, like, and it's just like you never get there. And it could be all kinds of things. I mean, it's amazing the things that us people, the traps that we all have to learn separately. You and me and everybody we know is going to have to learn all of these same lessons the same way. He's never going to leave his wife. She's never going to leave her husband. They're never going to actually address this issue, and they want to, and they have the best intentions. But sometimes addressing issues means peeling back layers that we're not ready to face. And sometimes we're not ready to face these things for, I'll say something's 100-year lesson. And that basically means you're not learning it this lifetime. And I feel like if we learn things really quickly, there's probably some reason that we're able to learn so quickly this go around. And whether you believe in past lives or you're Christian or whatever, I'm not always saying that I completely subscribe to something, but yet I can still find some truth in it. And that would be an example. Like, it's 100-year lesson. Maybe there are older souls and they just learn things quickly. And so instead of trying to date somebody and fix them, it's have compassion and support them. But it's a fine line between enabling people and supporting people and seeing potential and them actually manifesting that potential. So I would say, if you find yourself, and it's hard too, because we always have that little monster on our shoulder that's telling us that we're not good enough, and that we're not pretty enough, and we're not skinny enough, or we're not rich enough, or we're too skinny, or we have this problem, or if they really knew this about me, then they wouldn't want me. And so we market ourselves, we put too low of a value on ourselves. And instead of looking at things like, we're gonna have an exchange. I have issues I'm working on, and you have issues you're working on. So we're gonna come together and we're gonna support each other in working on our issues, and we're gonna be there for each other. But we're both aware of them. We're both working on them, and so we have this issue exchange that is just mutually agreed upon. That's magical. That's really how it should be. There's books that talk about it, twin flame or imago therapy or a poultice, or however you wanna look at that matching or that pairing can be really quite wonderful, but it requires two people that are both really aware and on top of it, and it requires two people that want the same thing, and it requires two people that first and foremost and most of all are acknowledging the issues that are going on, and they want to become the best version of themselves. Because let's face it, not everybody does. It's hard work, it's not easy, it's difficult, it's rewarding, but it's a long journey, and not everybody wants to go down that road. So I would love to hear your thoughts. Let me know what your thoughts are, what you think, comments, whatever you want to share. I love hearing everything you guys saying. I do my best to always respond, and you teach me as well. So thanks for listening.